Welcome to another key session on large language models, LLMs, and related technologies. These videos are designed to sharpen your knowledge and prepare you for interviews in today's competitive job market. Each video includes a free self-evaluation quiz, and for our interns, we provide exclusive Anki flashcards to help you master and retain these concepts effectively. Let's get started. Wishing you the very best in your learning journey.
Welcome to The Explainer. If you're working with AI agents, you hear them thrown around all the time. Tool use and API integration. A lot of times they're used like they mean the exact same thing, but they don't. And honestly, getting them mixed up is kind of like confusing the idea for a light bulb with the actual wiring that makes it switch on. So let's untangle this.
So, this is the big question, right? How does an AI agent go from just thinking to actually doing something out in the real world? How does it book that flight, or analyze that spreadsheet, or pull data from a database? Well, the answer isn't just one thing. It's actually two different layers of action, and they have to work together perfectly.
All right, so to really get how an AI acts, we've got to look at these two layers, and these are the terms we're here to unpack today: tool use and API integration.
Yeah, they sound super similar, right? And you'll hear people use them like they're the same thing, but they're not. Not at all. Think of it like having two different zoom levels when you're looking at the very same process. Getting this distinction right is absolutely crucial if you're building with AI. Let's start with the big picture view.
Okay, first up is layer one, what I'm calling the agent's view. This is all about tool use. Think of this as the high-level, conceptual part of the whole process. It's all about what the agent decides it needs to do.
So, what's the key thing to remember here? Tool use is agent-centric. That means it's all from the AI's perspective. It's that moment the agent basically thinks to itself, okay, to get this done, I need to reach for something outside of myself. I need a tool. See? It's the what, not the how.
And you know, a tool can be a whole bunch of different things. It's really any external skill the agent decides to tap into. It might realize, hey, I need to call an API to get the latest weather. Or maybe it needs to run a Python script to do some heavy math. Even just deciding to query a database or spit out a spreadsheet, that's the agent picking the right tool for the job. This right here, this is the perfect way to think about it. This is basically the agent's internal monologue. It's got a mission, translates some text, and it identifies the perfect tool for that mission. But notice, it's not worried about how the translation actually happens. Not yet. It just knows a translation tool exists and it's going to use it.
All right, so that's the what. Now let's peel back the layers and get to the how. This is layer two, the systems view. This is where API integration comes in. And if tool use was the big idea, well, API integration is the nitty-gritty technical plumbing that makes the whole thing work. API integration is totally system-centric. It's all about the how. It is the actual code, the infrastructure, all that technical heavy lifting that connects the agent to that external tool. So if tool use is the what, API integration is precisely how it gets done. And we're talking about real engineering work here. This means someone's got to write the code to make those specific web requests, gets and posts. It means handling security stuff like API keys. You've got to make sure the data is formatted perfectly, usually in something like JSON. And this is a big one. You have to have a plan for handling errors and retries when things, don't go perfectly. This is all the backstage work that makes the onstage magic even possible.
Okay, so let's tie this right back to our translation example. The agent decided to use a translation tool. The API integration? That's the developer actually writing the lines of code that send that chunk of text in a POST request over to Google's API and then gets that Hindi translation back. All right, let's bring this all home. Time to put these two layers side by side, and this should really lock in the difference between the concept and the code. It really just boils down to this. On one side, you've got the agent's view. What skills do I have? What can I do? That's tool use. And on the other side, you've got the engineer's work. Okay, how do we actually build the bridge to make that skill work? That's API integration. See? One's the intention, the other is the implementation. This table just lays it all out, nice and clear. Look at the focus. Tool use is about the what, while API integration is all about the how. And the level? One is totally conceptual, super high level. The other is technical, way down in the weeds. And the example just nails it.
The thought, translate this text, becomes the actual action of sending a request to a real API.
So look, if you walk away with just one thing from this explainer, let it be this. Tool use is the idea, API integration is the code. That's it. That's the whole game, right there. The idea versus the code. Simple as that.
And you know that really is the key, isn't it? Because once you can clearly see these two different layers, the conceptual tool on one hand and the technical plumbing on the other, it completely changes how you think about building stuff. The question isn't just what can AI do anymore, it becomes what am I going to empower it to do? So now that you know, what tools are you going to build for your AI?
Thank you for watching till the end. Don't forget to test your knowledge with the quick self-evaluation quiz. The link is right in the description. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. And if you haven't yet explored our self-paced AI internship program, visit shogini.com for full details. Wishing you all the best in your AI journey.